Hi guys, Chris here from Amazon Fast Track, and I thought I'd do a quick video for you to address some of the questions that come up, or the main questions. I know I sent an email out, but I thought I'd do another quick video that, well, instead of just you getting an email with all text that you have to read through, I thought I'd sort of elaborate a bit more on the main questions that come up with the course and what I'm really trying to do with the course. Basically, the main questions that come up is how long does it take to make money following the course? I'm talking about the Amazon Fast Track course. And basically the answer to that is it does depend on how well you pick up the steps, obviously how experienced you are, whether you've built Amazon sites before, whether you know the internet and so on. But let's say if you follow the steps exactly as is, like the niche selection, the content creation, you're creating all of that yourself, I can say that if you follow that exactly, you normally will hit a big product well within 5 sites. That's based on like 5 pages of content, and you'll start making money. The main thing, the hardest thing is obviously carrying on till you actually see success, which brings me to the next question. How many pages do you need to add to your sites? I say 5 at the very least. The course, the Amazon Fast Track course, will actually show you how to create the content really fast. So it is work, you need to work at it, but it's not that much of a chore once you get going. You just need to keep on cracking on. And the best way to do it is just sit down and, like, say, I'm going to write reviews for 3 products now without moving. Obviously, if you find it harder writing, you can set yourself smaller goals. But even if you set yourself, I'm going to write reviews for 1 product a day, you would have a site out there within 7 days. And that's what the Fast Track course is all about. Another question is, do you guarantee rankings? Well, the simple answer to that is yes, but obviously not a guarantee in the way of if you do X, Y, Z, you will get ranked number 1 on Google, because no one can guarantee that. But what I can say is if you keep on adding the content to your site, you will get ranked. That sounds very obvious, but you'll see in the Fast Track course that it is quite simple as long as you follow like the SEO parts, as long as you get that part. The main thing that Google is looking for, without a doubt, especially since the Panda and Penguin updates, is quality, unique content, regularly updated on your site. If you do that, and if you stick with it, you will get ranked. It's even in competitive niches, because what happens is, because we're targeting like product names, names of each product. For instance, just looking here, you can see on the screen just something that caught my eye. You can see here watches for men, Casio men's MRW 200H-1BV. Well, you see that a lot. That's just an example that I saw, but you see that they've all got, you know, a lot of products have got serial numbers or special names like Polo, ASSN. And what happens is when you're actually updating your site and you keep on adding regular content to it, you may find that you're not getting ranked as quickly as you like, and then suddenly your listings will pop, so to speak, and you actually end up on the first page of Google. So a lot of it is carrying on, and I would say you have to give it a go. You have to really at least add 5 pages to your site, and I would say add 10 if you can. Just keep on going till you've got 10 pages there. And I guarantee in most cases that if you have 10 pages of quality, unique content on your site that's well written, you will have some rankings. And obviously if you follow the SEO sections. Another question that comes up quite often is, why build a site for each product? There's a few reasons for this. The main reason is because you'll own it. You can build a real business that you can then sell on Flipper, or you can choose to flip individual sites. But let's say, for instance, you build 10 sites and 5 of them are quite successful and they're bringing you in $100 a month. or 200 or 300, whatever. But let's say you had 5 collectively that's doing that, and that's $500 a month. You could then sell that group of sites on Flipper, or you could sell them individually. And that's where you can make even more money if you want a lump sum. Or you can keep the sites and build them up into authority sites. But the reason that we promote on products initially is because, as a rule, back to this example here on this page, the Casio Men's MRW200H 1BV will be far easier to rank for than just men's watches or men's diving watches. So what we're doing is we're targeting the top products in a niche or in a section, and we're getting the ones that are selling really well and targeting just the product names. And then if they're selling well, excuse me, we can then take them and build an authority site. So that's when you'd start thinking about doing more authoritative phrases like diving watches, men's diving watches, but you already know that it's a good niche because you're getting sales. So that's why I actually say to follow the process like that. Another question, well, not so much a question, but it's one that I thought I would address because it's going to come up. What is the biggest reason why people fail? That I see, obviously, the Amazon Fast Track course is linked to the VIP coaching, and the not so much fail. I mean, I always think fail is such a horrible word because it's not so much failing, but the reason that people might not see the success that they want is because they will not follow the course for long enough. Most people, in my experience, will not add 5 pages of content to their site or build more than a couple of sites, which is fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that because it's shiny object syndrome, because there's so many different methods of making money online, it's very easy to get sidetracked. And what I'm trying to do with the Fast Track VIP coaching is keep you targeted to actually following through. And the way I actually do that is by breaking down. You've got the main sections like the site setup and the product selection and the content creation, but it's very easy, depending on your level, to become overwhelmed, and you can start thinking, God, I can't do all this work, it's going to be too difficult. So what we do is we break it right down so you get a task for each day, or if you can handle more, a few tasks for each day, and we just keep on going for each task until you got the site up and running. I mean, through that VIP coaching, I'll tell you an example. I'm sure she won't mind me saying, because it was really good to see. There was a lady that I was coaching through the system, and she got WordPress installed for the first time, or from scratch. So she knew how to do that. Now, that is more rewarding than the entire course, because regardless of whether you're making money with ClickBank, Amazon, CPA offers, whatever method you're using, being able to set up your own website or blog, or even if you wanted to set up a personal blog, being able to do it on your own hosting from scratch and know exactly how to do it is a must-have skill. And there's a lot of people that don't get over those initial hurdles. So most of the reasons why people give up, if you will, is because of the mountain to climb. But what we do is break it down into small parts. And my main aim is to get you making that first sale, because that first sale, if you're anything like me, about 10 years ago, or maybe even a bit longer now, when I got my first sale, that was the most rewarding time in the whole of my IM career, if you want to call it that, or my whole experience online, no matter how much I've sold on ClickBank, on Amazon. That first sale still means the most to me because I knew it was possible. If you can make one sale, you can make 10, you can make 50, you can make 100, and the rest is just tweaking and stacking. You have to change your approach, but you're going to get to the same destination. You might have to change the products, you might have to build your sites up, you might have to watch your rankings, but essentially if you can do all of this stuff and you can set goals, you're going to get there. And the other reason why the coaching says, so you're not really thinking about getting the sites out there and keep on hitting F5 or pushing the refresh button to see sales. Because what happens is it's a rolling ball effect. If you get 10 sites out there and you had 5 pages of content on each one, I guarantee you'd start seeing sales come along. And then what you do is you start concentrating on the sites that are making sales and start building them up into authority sites, and before you know it, you've got a little business going, and you keep building. The first steps are the hardest, but not the first steps, but the first few sites, getting that first sale, as I say. I'll just show you. This is the Amazon Kickstart site builder thread, and it's basically, so I build the sites for you, and what you get from that is obviously you know that every step is being carried out exactly how I explained in the course, because I'm doing it myself. And one of the main benefits of this, I would say the best thing about this, is the content. I write all of the content myself. I don't outsource it, so you are getting content that will get ranked on Google. And I'll just show you. Ronald65, I'd like to give him a shout out. Really good client, and I built him sites, and one of them's just made its first sale, a $349 product, and obviously that's a brilliant start. Congratulations to Ronald. But the main reason I'm showing you is because obviously one sale isn't a huge amount, but once you know that you can make that sale, once it's bringing in sales, you can then build off the site, and you can expand from there and make money. Another question that comes up is, why is Amazon Fast Track different? And I've sort of covered it because in that long-winded question, the prior question. But I would say it's because it gives you everything you need to create a real business. It's not a plugin or software or a shortcut, and there's nothing wrong with them. But you do see them a lot where, if you get this plugin, you can just pump content onto your site and you'll make loads of sales. And in my experience, and bear in mind some people might have success, but in my experience, most of the plugins or software you don't need. You can see a few in the course that I recommend, but again, you don't absolutely need them to be a success. What you need is to know how to optimize your site for SEO. You need to know how to write content up to a level of it being quality, or not even, I would even go as far as say I'm not the best writer in the world, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be written for the customer as opposed to Google. So Google's changed. It used to be a case of writing and jam-packing your articles full of keywords, and now it honestly is a case of making sure that your content's quality, making sure that your sites are updated, and making sure that you keep on going, adding content until Google notices you, and then checking on the rankings, checking the product, making sales, and building enough of these sites so you get that rolling ball effect. And by the time you get 50 sites out there, you'll be laughing. That really will, it really will be making you money, because you'll find a few of them, or more than a few. Like if you had 50, I would say over 30 of them would start making you quite a good income, because we're obviously following through the product selection methods every time. Another question that comes up is, what do you get with the VIP coaching? What you get mainly is, as you work through the course, you will have questions come up. You'll get things that stop you, hinder you, or make you feel like just thinking this is too difficult. I've tried to make the course, the fast track course, as actionable as possible so you can just pick up and go with it. But you will get questions that come up. The VIP coaching is for my time, and it will give you help with each part of the course. It will give you an action plan with the course, and based on you personally, where I think you're at, where you want to be, what your income goals are, and we can work together to sort out an action plan that will work for you. Some people that are more experienced might be able to set up 5 sites a day or 3 sites. Some others might have real problems just getting one site out there, and if that's the case, we'll work on that one site to get it brilliant, and then you'll become more confident. And of course, this is the thing with the fast track coaching, the VIP coaching, you can use the same skills in pretty much any way of making money online. Obviously, the product selection is specific to Amazon, but if you can set up a WordPress blog, if you know how to optimize it for Google, if you know how to write pretty decent content, and if you have the discipline to keep on updating your blog, you can become successful in pretty much any niche that has customers. I know because I've made money off ClickBank, I've made money with CPA offers, and Amazon. So they all follow the same sort of, it's all about content and keep on going. And also with this, I just thought I'd mention this site building service. You'll find a link in the email I sent you and also one underneath this video. This is actually opening up just after the weekend or maybe a bit before. There won't be many spaces because they go pretty quickly. So if you are interested, head over to Azon, which is AZON, kickstart.com/site building vip.html, and I'll put a link in the email, and if you enter your name and email on that list, you'll be the first to know as soon as spots open up. And obviously if you haven't joined me already, you'll find a link underneath this video going through to the fast track course. The initial fast track course will obviously gives you how to create a site in 7 days, and I try and make it as quick as possible, give you what you need to know, and then obviously you can work on that. You can see here, I'll just go through the listing really quickly. You can see here we're going to run through an intro, motivation, site setup, what you need, content, SEO, ranking, and also a bonus, a pretty big bonus. You also get complete access to Amazon Kickstart version 1 and version 2. Now version 1, this is another question that comes up. Version 1 is more for a complete beginner. That was the first course that I created on how to make money with Amazon, and Kickstart 1 will take you through exactly how to set up the WordPress blog from scratch and the very basics, picking a product quickly, and more for a complete beginner, guiding you right through. Version 2 was released after the latest Google update, and it goes more into detail about advanced stuff like setting up an authority site, different WordPress themes, plugins, and also making sure that your site gets ranked due to the update. So that's what version 2 does, and obviously Fast Track is taking the best of these two courses, and it's a unique course, but it gives you literally what you need to do so you can get a site up and running in 7 days or less. When you purchase Amazon Fast Track, you will be offered, it's a one-time only offer, the VIP coaching. I recommend it if you're serious about making money with Amazon, because what I try to do with that is give you tasks that you have to action on and then come back to me, and you can actually, you can make faster progress than you have done. In a lot of the people I speak to, a lot of my clients say that they've made faster progress than they have before. Obviously, because the Warrior Forum is a brilliant place for information. You can do a lot of reading, but you can also get information overload and not have a set plan. And normally it's just a case of getting someone that knows what they're doing to tell you exactly what you need to be doing each day, and then have a time limit, or have a certain, not so you feel pressured, but have a sort of goal in mind, and we can move forward and start making some money. If you've got any questions, like more questions, if I haven't covered anything, do hit reply to the email you sent, and I will receive that, and I'll reply personally. But I'll end the video here because it's got quite long. I hope that answered some of your questions, and I hope to see you, or look forward to seeing you, in the Amazon Fast Track course. Okay, cheers guys.